Yo, what's up YouTube? James back here and welcome back to another episode of VGC 2020 Baek Battles. Today we're going to be using this Orbeetle team for one last time, this Gmax Orbeetle team with Whimsicott, Dracozolt, Milotic, Excadrill, Incineroar, and of course the Gmax Orbeetle. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, highly recommend go checking out. And if you do want to try out this team, time is limited because this rental code will be expiring after the next episode does come out, because this is the last battle we are using this, or the last episode we're using this team. So if you do want to try out, there is a rental code of it down below in the description. There's also a paste bin of the team if you do want to try it out as well. It was a pretty fun gimmicky team. I really did enjoy it, even though it has been pretty rough to use because it does rely a lot on that one factor, which is the Gmax gravity. But yeah, it's still a fun team regardless, and I highly recommend go check it out. A few announcements I want to make before this video. One, thank you to everyone who's been supporting, and if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to leave a like down below and leave a comment down below. It's been insane so far. A second one is that DLC announcements have been announced, and I made a couple of videos about potential stuff in like the DLC that could be effective to compare Pokemon, so make sure you check out those videos if you haven't already. And if you have checked out those videos, be sure to let me know what you thought about them down below in the comments. But yeah, another note is thank you to everyone who's been supporting me on Twitch once again. It's been incredible so far, the support. I keep saying this, but I just keep getting amazed about how much support I am getting on Twitch. I really want to thank everyone who has been supporting me. So if you do want to check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JamesWBeck, link in the description down below. And yeah, we play a lot of VGC. We have a good time. We're doing a Soul Silver Nuzlocke. It's getting really intense. I recommend go check it out in the description down below. But yeah, so let's get started and play some games. But today's comment question of the day is going to be, what did you think about the DLC? So we got a lot of interesting stuff about the DLC. If you want to know my full thoughts on the DLC, I did make a video about it specifically, so make sure you go check that out. But yeah, we also had the not Gmax, we got the new hidden ability Gen 8 stars that were announced, and yeah, should be pretty fun. We might even encounter them on this run, who knows. I am thinking about using the Gmax stars, I mean not Gmax, the hidden ability starters in a future team. Of course, I don't have access to them yet, or I do, but I haven't like made a team specifically for those starters. So yeah, speaking of the stars, looks like we got an opponent who is running 2 out of the 3 ones. Poor Inteleon. We got Tyranitar and Whimsicott, the Rillaboom, Milotic, Cinderace, and the Milotic. So okay, should be interesting. Yeah, should be interesting. I really like the Whimsicott here as a lead, and I really do like the Orbeetle. It is pretty strong against most of these Pokemon, except of course the Cinderace and potentially the Tyranitar, but we should be fine. I think having Incineroar in the back is pretty good, and I'm thinking last Pokemon, I'd assume Dracozolt, because I need something to deal with that Milotic, and just something that hits hard overall. I do think Milotic does a good job of that. I could bring the Excadrill, which does deal with the Tyranitar and the Togekiss to a good extent, but doesn't really deal well against the other 3, which is why I want to bring this combination. We'll see if this works out, but yeah, should be pretty fun, especially since the Orbeetle should cover for everything that the Dracozolt can't really touch. So let us see how this is going to go. And we'll see what my opponent leads here. It's going to be, I don't know what those words are. It's going to be the Rillaboom and the Whimsicott. So very interesting lead coming out from my opponent, as I will lead my Whimsicott in Orbeetle. So this is actually a really solid lead for me overall, because of the fact that I could just go for the double up eject button coming out and leftovers. Okay, so if it's eject button, you would have to assume it is going to be holding that switcheroo move to provide the support. So yeah, this is interesting. I can go for a taunt into the Whimsicott, which I do have access to, and protect right here. Or I could just Moonblast the Whimsicott to get it out of here. I think Fake Out's going to come out, which is the thing. I think Tailwind could also come out. Actually, I'm going to double the Whimsicott. I think it's more likely you don't even trick here. I think what you would do is you would just go for the Tailwind right away. Fake Out and Tailwind sounds really good here. So we'll see here. We're going to see Fake Out come out into the Whimsicott, which is to be expected. And we are going to see that Tailwind come out. So I think that's completely fine for me, because one, I can get rid of this eject button, so I don't have to worry about, you know, potential switcheroo shenanigans and do a decent amount to that Whimsicott, which is a threat to my Dracozolt in the back. We are going to see that Whimsicott switch out, and my opponent's going to get a free switch under the Tailwind, but that's fine. I can match the Tailwind of my own. Let's see if it's Togekiss. I think that would be the one Pokemon I'm a bit scared of. If it's Cinderace, I'm okay with the situation. It's going to be a Togekiss though. Okay. Okay. So right here, I actually just want to go for the if Togekiss Dynamax, that's kind of an issue. I still don't know what kind of Togekiss set this is. Yeah, this might be bad. I'm actually going to go for a double up in a Togekiss. I don't think you would target down the Whimsicott in this situation because Whimsicott's not really threatening much here. And you might try to activate my weakness policy on the Orbeetle, and I think that would be really solid for me to get damage off. But yeah, having my opponent have Tailwind too isn't exactly that great for me. Maybe I should have just went for the Taunt immediately. I think maybe Taunt was better overall. That would have prevented any switcheroos and not let the Togekiss come in for free. We are going to see the Gmax Togekiss come out. And yeah, we are going to, of course, Gmax with our Orbeetle response. So my opponent's got Whimsicott, the Rillaboom. I'm trying to figure out what the last one is going to be, because I don't know what he would really bring. I'm guessing Cinderace, but I feel like if he had Cinderace, I just don't see a reason not to bring it out there, because Cinderace probably was like really strong as well. But maybe my opponent wants to sweep with Airstream, which would make sense. We are going to see Airstream come out into the... It was a Whimsicott, so I could have actually just went for a Tailwind right there, or a Protect potentially. But that kind of sucks for me. Looks like it's critical hit Togekiss, which is not exactly ideal. So we will be able to... Let's see. What does this Rillaboom do? U-turn? Or knockoff? Knockoff. Okay, so I do have weakness policy. Why did that do so much? That did so much damage, actually. What? Hit the weakness policy boost. We will get the gravity set up. And yeah. Let's see how much this does, though. Not even 50%. That's not really that good. Okay. Yeah, that's really not that good. I'm gonna go Incineroar here for that Intimidate into the Rillaboom as well as the Togekiss slot. Yeah, I think getting that eject button play wrong was... Yeah, that wasn't exactly a good Moonblast. Gonna go for the parting shot here into Togekiss. I think I gotta hope for that my opponent doesn't crit me at this rate, and I am gonna go for the Max Guard right here to prevent a potential Airstream from coming out. We're gonna see the Rillaboom come out into my Lotic, which is actually kind of bad because that Pokemon's a threat. Does go for the Airstream into that slot, as I do go for the parting shot here into the Togekiss. Okay. Get to go Dracozolt here. I think I can win this game, but it's going to be extremely tough. We will go out into our Dracozolt here. The Togekiss also heals up because of the gravity situation. I do have to switch Dracozolt hard out in Incineroar. I think I do need Dracozolt alive, and I think my opponent does have to recognize that Dracozolt is a really big threat to them. And I'm gonna go for the attack into my Lotic because Togekiss should go down to a plus boosted Psychic. And wow, we actually see a switch out from my opponent into the Rillaboom. Wow, was not expecting that. So I do get an Intimidate off into the Rillaboom, and I feel like you should Starfall. I don't see why you would risk a Bolt Beak into one of these Pokemon, but we'll see here. Yeah, it's Starfall gonna come out, which is perfect. Into the Incineroar slot. Okay. So that gave me a shot. Gets a critical hit, which isn't exactly great, but better than nothing, I guess. Better than nothing. As we will go for the Gmax Gravitas into the Rillaboom here, and that actually just blows it up, which I am actually very surprised about. Okay. So it's going to come down to a critical hit at this point from the Togekiss specifically. If we can knock out the Togekiss, I'm feeling okay about our chances right here. So it's really going to come down to, is there going to be a critical hit? Whimsicott should be coming out here. Oh, wow. It's actually Milotic coming back out. Interesting. Don't know why Milotic's coming out here. So I think the Togekiss, I don't know if it has Protect or not, but Misty Terrain's up, so I can't go for Hypnosis into Milotic. My play was to technically attack the Milotic with a Hypnosis and fake out the Togekiss, but now I think right now my best play is just to go for the Togekiss slot and hope it doesn't have Protect. And it might have a Fire move, so it might not have Protect. Let's see if that's going to be the case. And then it's going to come down to some more factors like Whimsicott's Moonblast, which should be able to knock out Dracozolt. And then maybe Orbeetle can beat the Milotic 1v1. I'm not exactly too sure about it. We will find out, I guess. But yeah, this is still a pretty dangerous situation to be in. We're actually going to see a Togekiss retreat in a Whimsicott. And I actually think that's a throw on my opponent's side. Unless they have Icy Wind on the Milotic. Because Orbeetle should be faster than Togekiss because my opponent had the Airstream. And I thought Whimsicott was fine. Maybe the Whimsicott doesn't have Moonblast on this team, which I'd be very surprised about. Maybe it's Nature's Powers Whimsicott. Specifically to deal with situations such as the for priority Grass Energy Ball. Okay. So we are going to see that the Incineroar does go down. We will go out into Dracozolt, and we'll get to click Volt Beak into the Milotic slot and a Psychic into Togekiss. Assuming Psychic does KO, which I think it should with the Weakness Policy boost, we should be completely okay. Yeah, Volt Beak, and is this the last turn of Gravity? Yeah, it is the last turn of Gravity, so this is perfect. Okay. I will go for the Psychic here, which hopefully knocks out Togekiss at this range, especially since it looks like it's an offensive Togekiss. Let's go, Orbeetle, please. Please. I can't believe... I'm actually surprised my opponent made the real boom play. I guess my opponent really wanted that fake out pressure next turn, which I'm actually surprised about because I thought it was super unnecessary, but come on, Orbeetle. Psychic is a knockout on the Togekiss, and does Milotic's outspeed? No, it doesn't. And Volt Beak 100% accurate under the gravity. We'll be able to outspeed the Milotic and pick up a win. I did not expect us to win at all. Wow, what a comeback. I don't even know if that was a comeback. My opponent started, I think the real boom play wasn't exactly that great. And definitely, I think sacrificing the Whimsicott. Okay, it depended on what the Whimsicott moveset was. I think if your Whimsicott is no Moonblast, then yeah, then that was the correct play. Which I'm guessing at this case it was maybe Grass move or at least Nature's Power. But if you did have Moonblast, I do think that was a throw because I think you didn't even need Togekiss to win if you had a Fairy move on that Whimsicott, specifically Moonblast. If it had Dazzling Gleam, I guess it could have been different, but I still think it's probably better overall. But yeah, we are going to be able to pick up a win, which is incredible. I did not expect this, so I'm already happy with how this is going to go. We could lose the last battle, but of course we don't try to throw on this channel, so we will try to win the next game. And yeah, pretty fun overall. I definitely misplayed the turn 1 though. I should have went for Taunt since I thought my opponent would... It's pretty much a free Tailwind at that point. Actually, no, because my opponent faked out the Whimsicott. Yeah, so I guess maybe I could have Bug Buzzed the other thing, but the problem was if I do that, you can go for the Switcheroo the next turn. I guess maybe what I could have done was just Taunt Protect though the following turn, and I think that would have been a viable play. So I think turn 1 I target the I either go for Hypnosis because like I don't think I need the damage on Rillaboom realistically in that situation. So I think I could have went for the Blind Hypnosis into the Whimsicott, or I could have went for the Bug Buzz into Rillaboom just for the damage. I definitely don't think I should have gave my opponent a free switch like that. And yeah, then next turn, I'm assuming I can protect Taunt, and even if they switcheroo, like my Whimsicott, it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, definitely a big misplay. We got John Doe as our second opponent. Let us see what John has. We have the Greedent Cloyster with Dragapult, Rhyperior, Rotom-Heat, and Dracozolt. So this is an interesting team. I wonder if it's going to be Lightning Rod on that Rhyperior, which could be a massive threat to my team. My opponent's team does not like Gravity at all, especially with the Excadrill potential. Incineroar doesn't look that good to me. I really like my Orbeetle Whimsicott lead. It's really strong against my opponent overall. My opponent doesn't have good speed control. I'm thinking about bringing my low tick, but it's only really good against the Rhyperior. It's not really good against anything else. Granted, I could go for Hypnosis and stuff. I don't know if it's gonna be Lightning Rod though. That's the question. I think I'll bring Dracozolt, and I think I want to go Excadrill actually. And you know what? We're gonna try it out because a Rhyperior without Trick Room seems really interesting to say the least. At least the teams that I've seen with Rhyperior with no Trick Room, it usually means that they are going to be some kind of maybe Choice Band set or a Focus Sash set. Those are the most common I've seen outside of Trick Room. Sometimes with Lightning Rod, like next to a Gyarados, for instance. So yeah, this is going to be definitely interesting to see how this is going to turn out. But I think it really comes down to what my opponent brings. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. My opponent doesn't have the best form of speed control, so I'm looking pretty okay in this matchup. Let's see what my opponent's going to opt for. It's going to be Cloyster and Greedent, which I don't know what this lead's supposed to be realistically. Let's see what the items are. It's going to be King's Rock on the Cloyster and Citrus Berry on the Greedent. So I'm assuming it probably has Belly Drum on the Greedent. Cloyster has really, really low special defense, so I think I'll be able to knock it out with a max move. And I am just going to go for the Taunt into Greedent right away. I don't need to set up a Tailwind right away because there's no reason to set it up. I don't need to outspeed anything. The only reason I would set it up is if I think Cloyster is going to somehow Oko the Whimsicott. And I guess you could if you Dynamax the Cloyster at turn 1. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case, but we'll find out, I guess. As we will Gmax the Orbeetle here and get that Orbeetle to that alien vibes. But let's see. It just reminds me of that enemy from Mario and Luigi. What was it? Partners in Time. I never actually played the game, but I did watch a Let's Play of it, and it did seem like a really fun game I would love to play in the future. We got Cloyster as a knockout and set up the Gravity, which is amazing for my Pokemon in the back. So Cloyster does go down here, and we are going to see, yep, a Belly Drum attempt. I'm not really worried about Greedent because I do have the big, powerful Wolf Beak that I could throw off with my Dracozolt. So, and Greedent's not really that good offensively unless it has like some kind of setup. We're going to see the Rotom come out, which is fine. Trying to figure out what my play is here. I'm not worried about Rotom because I do have high horsepower on the Excadrill. So I'm thinking of just going for the max Flutterby into the Greedent and Moonblast actually into the Greedent slot. Again, I don't really have to set up Tailwind at all in this situation. And we're actually going to see the Greedent switch out. Is that Dragapult? No, it's Dracovish. Oh my lord, that is amazing because I'm able to Moonblast the Dracovish. I was just trying to get as much damage to the Greedent as possible because again, I can cover the Rotom later in the game with my Excadrill under Gravity. And even Mold Breaker even, because I have Mold Breaker on the thing. So high horsepower being a 4 times effective move against the Rotom-Heat. So I'm not really worried about the Rotom. As it Dynamaxes here because Dracovish probably wouldn't want to Dynamax in this situation. Moonblast is going to come out into the Dracovish. Let's see if this picks up the one-hit knockout. Ooh, it actually survives, which is pretty impressive, actually. Because that's a modest Moonblast right there. So I am able to knock out the Dracovish. I'm guessing that Dracovish did have some kind of bulk investment. We are able to eliminate the Dracovish, though, and lower the special attack of that Rotom-Heat. So it will be doing less damage. It is actually going to be going for the Max Flare, no surprise, into my, what was my Orbeetle slot. And that is a good amount of damage. I don't really mind taking that damage though because of the fact that now I get to go on the offense against the Greedent here. I think Moonblast plus the Max Bug should be able to pick up a knockout into that Greedent slot. And then Rotom-Heat versus the Excadrill in the back should be enough for me to seal it out. So Greedent is going to come out here. And right now we can go for the Max Flutterby into the Moonblast situation, and I just don't see, maybe Greedent has Protect. I think that'd be completely fine for me. Greedent does reveal the Protect, which is okay here, as we'll see what my opponent decides to throw off. It probably will be an attack into the into what was my Orbeetle to pick up the knockout, because that thing is a threat. As you can see, big damage from the Orbeetle. That would have actually just... Oh, critical hit. I was wondering why it was doing a bit too much. Greedent is actually decently bulky after all. Not as bulky as Snorlax in the special defensive side, but pretty bulky overall. High HP stat, high speed def. We're going to see that Max Flare come out once again, and even with the -2 will knock me out because of the Sun Boost powering up that Max Overheat. I was going to call it Max Overgrow, but then I realized it was Max Flare. But yeah, we should be fine. We could go Dracozolt now. And we get to click Dragon Rush, I think. Or I can click Bolt Beak. I'm going to click Bolt Beak. And I'm going to go for a Taunt actually into the Rotom. The reason I'm going to go for Taunt is so it can protect stall out the gravity the following couple of turns. So we will go for the Taunt here. Let's see. It's going to be... It's actually faster than my Dracozolt, which is fine because I can Tailwind up the following turn. Here comes a 1 HP from the Focus Sash because I took the Max Flare, and we will be able to get a Bolt Beak guaranteed to hit because of the gravity set up. So Greedent will go down here. And yeah, we should be pretty good. Poor Greedent wasn't able to do anything in this game. The Rotom-Heat's Dynamax is over, and now it's pretty simple and straightforward. We click Bolt Beak and we click Tailwind, and yeah, my opponent really doesn't have a way to stop that. And then even if my opponent knocks out Whimsicott this turn, I get to go into my Excadrill. I get to click Substitute and keep going for Bolt Beaks, and my opponent either has to keep overheating the Excadrill slot or will be targeting Dracozolt slot, which means I can keep clicking high horsepower behind the Substitute. The Bolt Beak gonna come out, Choice Band. Oh, that's disgusting damage. That actually just one shot a Rotom-Heat that's resistant. Rotom-Heat is a pretty bulky Pokemon. However, probably not invested that much in bulk. That said, it looked like it was going to be a fast set. Probably has some special attack investment. So yeah, we are going to be able to pick up 2 wins with the Orbeetle team. And yeah, let's check out my opponent's team real quick before. It was Choice Specs on the Rotom-Heat. Looks like modest max special attack and max speed. Yep. So that explains why the Bolt Beak just obliterated it. Choice Scarf on the Dracovish. Did it really have no bulk investment? It did not have any bulk investment. Wow, I thought Whimsicott's Moonblast usually O-code with modest, because the fact is that, of course, Dracovish being Dracovish, of course, taking a lot from Timid Moonblast, I thought that maybe modest Moonblast would be able to pick up the knockout. Apparently not. I guess Dracovish does have naturally good bulk though. It's a weakness policy on the Rhyperior. Poison Jab and Rock Blast. Interesting. Just want to make sure I check the moves real quick. Stomping Tantrum Facade on the Greedent. Okay. Not a huge fan of Facade. Body Slam's probably better as it is a weaker max move. Life Orb on the Dragapult with no Protect. And the King's Rock Cloyster with... Wow, it doesn't even have Shell Smash. That's what I was kind of worried about with this. But yeah, that's going to be it. We're going to be able to finish off the team 2-0. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2020 Back to Battles. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below. It does help show your support, as well as leave a comment down below, of course, as well. It really does help out with the algorithm. If you want to check me out on my social medias, you can check them out down below in the description. If you do want to try out the team, again, it is the final call-in. Make sure you grab this team while you can. Gmax Orbeetle, rental code down below, as well as the placement of the team if you do want to try it out. You can also check out my Twitch channel. As I mentioned before, I do live stream VGC and some other games down below in the description, and you can join my community Discord as well. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it, I think. If you want to go an extra mile to support my content, there is my Patreon page as well, listed down below in the description. But you just help me out a lot by just leaving a like on this video, sharing it with your friends, leaving a comment down below, and just by watching. So thank you all to tuning in. Have a great day, people, and until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.